Hot garbage, check it and see. Xavier Rhodes has a QB rating when thrown at of 103. Actually, it's probably higher than that, But we all know, Vikings fans know, the last 2 years, Xavier Rhodes has been absolute hot garbage, right? So the question is, why is he here? When you're here, why are you here? It's like the Olive Garden, especially given his contract, especially given the Vikings' precarious 2020 cap situation. So the question is, why is Xavier Rhodes still a member of the Minnesota Fighting Vikings, and why hasn't anything happened yet? Because you see him around the league. I mean, you look at Washington cutting Josh Norman, just signed to Buffalo today for like $6. Yeah, would have taken Josh Norman for $6. But teams are making moves around the league, shedding cap space. So the question is, why are the Vikings just sort of standing pat with Xavier? That's what I want to know. So Xavier is due to make $9.9 million base, $500,000 in-game bonuses, which, with Xavier's limp offs, who really knows, as well as a $100,000 workout bonus this offseason. He counts $12.9 million against the cap with $4.8 million dead, and as we've talked about ad nauseum, for basically the entire year, Vikings would free up $8.1 million in sweet whale blubber salary cap if they cut or traded him. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe they're trying to work out a trade. Maybe they're like Rick Spielman is like the ultimate used car salesman. He's just like tapping on Xavier's hood. It's like, this baby right here ain't a lemon. No, it's just a Fiat. Fixed again, Tony. Great. But actually, here's the key, and here's the entire key with the entire Xavier Rhodes situation, is that the reason why he's still here, the reason why he's still a Viking, is that none of his base salary is guaranteed until the start of the season. Like zero, week one, nada. D'Angelo Russell right there. Unlike last season, when his $10.4 million base salary guaranteed on March 19th of 2019, the Vikings can go all the way to week one and then just cut him with no ramifications. And you see this with a lot of the extensions where a lot of the early years, like the base salary like triggers on the third day of the new league year or within the first couple weeks of the new league year. They're like, all right, it's either an S or get off the pot moment for players, where the agents will write this into contracts where it's like, all right, if you're not going to roll with my client, make sure that he gets cut before free agency so that he can have a chance to double dip. It's that sort of thing. It's really smart. But also in the later years, they take away that. And that's part of the negotiation, and it really frees up what the team can do, because the Vikings have massive flexibility. I mean, Xavier Rhodes is still under contract for a number of years. So the fact that the Vikings at this point can be like, okay, well, if you're good, we'll pay you at way below market value. But since you're bad, we can cut you and not suffer too badly against the cap. So here's what may be happening as well. So, Zimmer, even though Zimmer's obviously been tough on Xavier, it's like, oh, he hasn't been living up to his contract stuff. He obviously has an affinity for him. He was one of the really true success stories, because Xavier Rhodes, remember, came in 2013 to Florida State, and he was known as, all right, so a guy that has great man skills, also a guy who got dinged up a little bit, right? 2013, Leslie Frazier, they just like shove him into the cover 2, Tampa 2 style cornerback. That wasn't his game, right? And he got injured. And then Mike Zimmer comes around along with Jerry Gray, and then all of a sudden he turns Xavier around, turns him to the best man-to-man cornerback in the NFL 2017, first team All-Pro with a bullet, baby. Let's go. The last 2 years, not so much. Last 2 years is basically just the wheels that fell off. It's fine. But, I mean, Zimmer, coaches always have egos, and it's like, mama, I can change him. Mama, I can fix him. I can make this work. So, I mean, maybe Zimmer sees his cornerback room, and maybe they're going to lose Trey Waynes. Maybe they're going to lose Mac Alexander. Mike Hughes has been meh. Holton Hill is always one puff away, depending on the new CBA, although he may be grandfathered in with some of his prior stuff. So he's looking at his cornerback room. It's like, maybe a rehab Xavier is the way to go. Yeah, maybe the Vikings just truly are worried that they can't do better. That's why people stay in toxic relationships. The Vikings have a toxic relationship with Xavier Rhodes right now. Or maybe they're holding out hope. Maybe he'll take a pay cut down to 6, like what Josh Norman got in free agency. Maybe they'll do that. Or I don't know. Well, here's what I think, too. I think they're just trying to have their cake and eat it, too. So maybe they think all those things about Xavier Rhodes, but also if an extension to a player Anthony Harris or Mack or Weatherly or Everson or whoever, or a free agent de jour comes up who they really want, they know that they have $8.1 million in the in salary cap in the banana stand just ready to go. So they're like, well, Jason Peters wants to come here. All right, Xavier, cut, you're gone. Oh, Jadeveon Clowney wants all the money. We're going to go all in. Who cares? Xavier, you're gone. As well as Riley Reef, probably. So logically, you just looked at the Vikings aren't pressed to make a move at any point. It'd be way different if, say, Xavier's contract guarantees on the 10th or something like that. So then some ish would have to be going down. So it sort of makes sense that there are no deadlines here, so the Vikings aren't really pressed to make a move anytime soon. But if something does come up, they have the flexibility to do it. So it makes sense why they haven't cut his ass yet. Although, I mean, as Vikings fans, we were ready to storm the Bastille, man. It's like, just give us 29 in a basket. But as the season creeps along, as if the Vikings go through free agency and Xavier's still here at full freight, Vikings get through the draft and he's still here, Vikings get through OTAs and he's still here, and in camp as that season creeps along and he's still on his current contract, I don't like it. That'd be no bueno. No. But your thoughts, why is Xavier Rhodes still here? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Just give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.